The answer is right now. Right now is the best time to be buying. Don't get it twisted. All right? Now, not tomorrow, not in a week, not I'm going to wait. Now, I've already been seeing this over the last few weeks. I purchased a lot of collection of cards. Purchase that. Look, another collection of cards. I got 5 more collections of cards coming in. I'm telling you, 'tis the season to be buying. Do not wait. Buy collections, buy cards. If you're not buying right now, you are incorrect. You need to be spending money. Why, Ram? Because prices are low. And I'm going to give you some examples of great cards, undervalued cards that you can be buying right now. And after I record this, I'm going to buy a couple more of these, even though I have a couple of them coming in. Because I got people DMing me all the time, especially after my Facebook post. After I post something on Facebook about what I'm buying, for 2 weeks, I have nothing but unread DMs. And I work on them one at a time. And I start with the same message. I'm so sorry it took me so long. I try to give everybody as much time and energy as I can. I can't spread myself too thin. And guess what? I'm still selling. I'm still buying at 70, 75%. All right? And now with the market coming down on some big cards, even some mid cards, it's even double. But now I can get it at a good comp at a reduced price. Brother, it's the perfect storm. Now, if you're not selling your cards, you're like, Ram, I can't let them go. That's fine. There's plenty of buyers out there. Trust me, I'll find them. So, if you're looking to get into this as an investor, you're looking to get into this as a seller, reseller, flipper, whatever the hell you want to call it. If you're looking at this to start your collection, now is the time to be buying. This does not need to be just buying for collections. This can be just buying in terms of the cards that you like. I think you're going to buy this. We're going to ride this wave for another 30 days. After that, we're going right back up. Because when STO1 comes, there's going to be a lot of eyes. When there's a lot of eyes, there's a lot of interest. When there's a lot of interest, there's a lot of purchase. When there's a lot of purchases, you're going to miss out on something. So this is dropping on, today should be Saturday, if I time my stuff correctly. I believe so, right? Saturday. So it's the weekend, baby. You probably just got paid. Now, you should be going to spend your money with me. Dollar starts on everything, whatnot. I'm not going to be on tonight, Saturday. What's the date today? Let me see. I don't want to look at it on this. Look at my phone. I'm going to be on vacation. So if you're watching this on August 1st, Saturday, you better buy. You can't buy for me because I'm going to be on vacation. But let me give you some examples of cards that you should be buying. Breaking that piggy bank and scooping up all that gold, baby. 1-star secret rare alt art FB10 123. It's at $202 right now. $200 card. What a drop off. Now, is this a drop off because of the summer slump? Because people were just really hyped up for this card? Is this still a good time, Ram? Does it got more room to go? I think $200 is a fair price. Because back in the beginning of June, geez, people were buying this for $500, $370, $340, $310, high twos. It went up a little bit, and then it started to go back down a little bit. And the last sale, July 17th, for $266. And this isn't one person. This isn't just shout out to Jay Lamb's card shop. This isn't just them. Look. 208, 208, 208, 209. Man, a lot of them available. Even in the 230s, that's not crazy. Honest to God, just gonna add that one to my. That one's not gonna be available. But by the time you see this, it might be lower. That's how much I'm gonna believe it. I'm buying that card. You will see. You go into your shit right. Go into TCG right now, and that card ain't gonna be in there. It's gonna be sold for 2. It's probably gonna be 203. You're gonna see. You're gonna log in. You're gonna click view more data, and you're gonna see a 20290, baby. That's gonna be Big Daddy. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna lie. All right, that's a buy. Absolutely, $200 for a 1-star. I'll take that all day. Now the one I really want to buy, even at 235, Sun Gohan Secret Alt Art Cross Force 122, baby. Sleepy Goku Gohan. I know a couple guys. I reported this. I saw a couple of guys buy this at $300 in bulk, and that sounds about right around this time frame. You got a little bit of a discount, but RamFam's about to get a better discount, and so are you because you're listening. Look at this: 400, 450, 350, 370. I think 230 is going to be a good price for this. In fact, that one's going to be mine. Shout out to Hitman Collectibles. Chat, you're gonna go in here and you're going to see another one. I'm a chef who eats his own cooking. I ain't lying to you. I ain't doing this for the content. I ain't monetized. I got a full-time job, baby. But look at the drop-off. But I still think this is a great card. That's why I'm gonna put two. I'm gonna steal another one. I just bought one from a collection. 70% that. I'll still pay market on this one. That's an absolutely beautiful card. Hopefully it is near mint. Hitman, I'm gonna put you on the spot, buddy. Plus it's shipping. Plus I'm a LLC, so I have that stupid no sales tax stuff. I'll take it all day. This is a big buy. I think market on this is in the ballpark high 200s. 275, 295, maybe 300 if you're at a show and it's a really nice, you know what I mean? A good day. Buying market is strong. Everything's in the right area. I think it could be a $300 card. Absolutely. I'm going to grade it. Another card. Vegito. This was lingering around $100 card. I bought 3 of them with comps at 300. This is under what I bought with my card. Look at the fall from Grace. Now, if you follow me for your booster boxes, if you believe me and you watch this channel, and if you haven't, go watch all my videos because I sporadically will talk about this. You will always see this with Dragon Ball. Okay? Starts off strong, it's going to go down, and then it's going to pick up and level up. Right now, we're on the bottom. We're the bottom of the barrel right now, chat. On top of when Cross Force was released, right, which was in the middle of the summer, if you believe in the summer slump, then on top of it already going down naturally, it's also going down a little bit further because of the summer slump. So now the question is, when should you buy? And I just told you it's... I have like 5 copies of this. I unfortunately bought high. I'm going to get out of it first before I buy more. But this absolutely, a 1-star, secret, alt art, Vegito. I'm not a huge earring dude. I'm not a huge fusion guy. All right? But I know my customers are. And I was able to sell this for $100. And I think even while it was going down, I sold it for $100. So this is a good pickup. And look, again, there's many copies to be picked up. Any duplicates? Any duplicates? Look at this. 75. All right, yeah, you own the duplicate market. You win. So Vegito, absolute buy. A lot of good eyes on this card. What else we got? Piccolo fans, rejoice. You were on the top of the world, and now you're coming down. I can see this being at its absolute bottom, $50. Worst case scenario, we enter a recession, 40 bucks, 45. But look at these sales. People were consistently buying them in this. Look at this, 50s, 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 50s. Right? We're still in the 50s. I think even at $54, still a good buy. I can see this being a $75 card. I can see someone grading this and it being a much more valuable card. Piccolo is a whole, listen, people, he's the aura farm. He'll aura farm all day. This dude was standing on a cone up the peak of a building on another planet versus Broly, and then got his ass kicked 10 seconds later. I mean, he gets his ass kicked, but this guy's ore farming all the time. The people that love Piccolo and collect Piccolo, it's rare. People will come into my stream and say, I need Piccolo. Piccolo, Piccolo, Piccolo. The only one I care about is Piccolo. Maybe they got daddy issues. Maybe they got some uncle issues. I don't know. But Piccolo's is one of the goats. Especially now that he's got his orange Piccolo. He's getting big and he's strong and he's with the bad boys up on the block now. Forget about it. I think this card is just... Oh, Amber Alert. Ah. That's terrible. Amber Alert. Good luck. Piccolo. FB10 70 Altar. A great card. Nami. The fusion of them. Was it considered a fusion? The marriage? The return? What would you call that? The reabsorption? Reabsorption? It's not like Nail, where Nail was never part of it. I'm not going to get too deep. $55, I think, is still a pretty fair price. I think if you buy it in a collection, you can get it for 70, 80% comps. I think that's a great buy. Great buy. I think this card's still a good buy, even when we're scraping the bottom of it. Goku and Vegeta. I love how they're always doing this side by side. I love side by side. Spoiler alert. I agree with some of Arcana Collectibles' thoughts on the story booster. I almost said story time. Story time booster. God damn it. Story booster. 2 stars being a connective sort of scenario. So I always love those sort of things. These two side by side, right? Look, him left, Vegeta right. I think 2 good pickups as well. I think these went down. I think they definitely started a little. I don't think anyone's disagreeing. But I think they're still good pickups. I mean, look, 50, 50, mid 50s, 60s, 70s. I think they were a little bit over in the 70s. I think people bought a little high. For $45, maybe not the best buy on TCG, but if you're able to pick these up in a collection, that's better. I guess in theory, everything in a collection is better buy. But these 2 specifically, for under $100, and then you grade them both, you get some good sequentials and on PSA, because some people like that. You get some good black labels or BGS 10s as a set. I think it's some killer stuff. So 2 small ones to pick up. Okay. If you've watched any of my videos, you would know I'm not the biggest fan of Jump. Specifically Fusion Reborn. I'm going to make a series about this. About the movie, the things that you can improve on it. I'm starting with the Tree of Might, Dead Zone, and The World's Strongest first. Eventually, I'll get to this Basuda, this trash of a movie. The Warrior Who Defeats the Evil Demon. $70. Now, this is a top 8 prize card. And historically speaking, top 8 prize cards are much more than $70. You can't rip this. It does state FB09. Do not get fooled. You cannot pull this from Dual Evolutions. You must earn this, or you can obviously go buy it from people. And as a Jamba Juice card, that's who I call him, Jamba Juice. It's his back. All right, cool. But he's getting punched, or he's punching the face of a goat. Again, I'm not that big into the fusions and dances and earrings, but you got to give props where props is. I think it's a pretty cool looking card. And I remember when it was first released, it was a $100 card. Why? Because, I don't know, people bought it at $100. Let me see. I remember these days. Maybe lowest listed was up. It was just a few weeks ago. Look, July 14th. And then it was like an $88. And then it was like a $70. And then I checked today, and now it's a $70 card, $69.99 for 3 copies. I think those 3 copies. Oh, look, this guy put a photo. I think those 3 copies, these 2 copies, maybe even these 8 copies are good buys. Because if you look at any of the other top 8 prizes, Son Gohan, it's about a $70, $80 card. You ever grade one of those? You ever see the grade of it? You know that the quality for Bandai and well specifically is really, really good. So, yeah, I think it's still a good pickup. I think it's a great pickup at 70. I think if you toss in an extra $20 for grading, take your time, comes back in 4 or 5 months, you got a $400 or $500 card. Pretty easy. So a very good card to pick up right now, specifically for grading, especially as a top 8. So, you know, to recap, some good cards to pick up because they're low, some good cards to pick up because they're well priced and you can get them as a sequential set, and then some good cards that you can get just for grading because the opportunity that's presented to you is high for just a little bit of an investment, under $100. When you pick up all 3 of them, you're looking at $1,000 plus profit. Yeah, it's hard to be a manga guy and not talk about manga because we're at $32 a pack. Now, a couple things to know. Number 1, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 p.m., I give these away for free. Ram fam, you probably just have a bunch of dead packs and you're just giving away for free. Nope. I buy many a collection, they're in them, and I just throw them in. It's tough. You know, maybe they did it. I don't know. There's no way for me to prove it other than to open it. But I will say I did pull Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Gohan with the same artwork, silver. So for $32, so you can get it for free for me, or you can buy it for $32. But when you look at the $32, that's down a little bit too. $30 in the beginning. Look where we were, $40. The longer we go out. When did this release? November? Was it November? Maybe it was October of last year. So what are we knocking on? 10 months? Knocking on the door of 10 months? The longer this is out, the more expensive it's going to be. Some dips and valleys, but the longer this is out. Why? You got scumbags like me that are opening these manga booster boxes on what dollar starting them, just ripping every time, or rather snipping. Every time I snip it, you know what happens? It might be insignificant, but over time, there's going to be less and less sealed packs, cases, and boxes. Stuff. That is why even at $32, it's still a good buy. Well, Ram, I know exactly what's happening. You got an entire warehouse full of this. And you're trying to loop me into your scheme, but I'm smart. Smarter than you. Well, 2 of those things might be. But, no. Because I don't. I literally rip it off. I literally rip it. Call me. I'll show you a video proof. No, I don't have this stuff shelved away in it. I'm not going to store hundreds of thousands of dollars of product. Ripping it, selling it. Buy this. It's a good buy. Now, some card. This is one of the ones I pulled. Plus the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So I don't think they're all dead. All right, Son Gohan Alt Art Manga SBO 2, $98 lowest listed. Now, can you argue that it used to look 70, 90 in May, but in May and June it's gone up? Do I think this is still a good buy? Yes, with some hesitation. See, I'm showing you the winners, I'm showing you the graders, I'm showing you the ones that have a lot of opportunity, a little bit of everything. I'm not saying every single one of these cards you should buy right now on TCG. I kind of want to make your brain think a certain way. I still think this is a good card to find. Why? Because this price can still go down. We're not there yet. I think when STO1 comes out, you're going to see a little bit of a dip in manga. Maybe another 10-20%. And manga's already going down. Why? Because you're going to have what we're already seeing over the summer. You get panic selling. People want liquidity. People are getting rid of their collections. And people that have this card are going to be willing to move out of it. Why? Because people might not be as interested in this, especially when story comes in. But you need to have two ways of thinking. You got to think about today and you got to think about tomorrow. Now, when I say tomorrow, I don't mean literally tomorrow. I mean the future. So if you're thinking about today, yeah, this card might not be at its bottom yet. Is there a way to watch this? Is there like a watcher tab, like in a Jira ticket? Report a problem, sell this, view them. I would just go ahead and make a book because I think it's got a little more to go down. And if I'm right, and this can get to like mid 80s, that might be a best. Because if you're thinking about today, you need to think about this. But if you're thinking about tomorrow, aka the future, what you really need to be thinking about is what this card's going to look like in 5 or 10 years. I'm not a long-term investor. I literally have one card in my PC. Everything else is laid out on my table, and I go through inventory as soon as it comes out. I hold nothing. Technically, the only things I'm holding is what is at Beckett for grade. Otherwise, there's literally nothing else. This is a good card that I think if you are a holder, that you should pick. Because everyone loves Go. Everyone loves Go. And it's a card that if you can pick up, it's kind of like going back in time. I mean, look at these comps. When's the last time you saw a card this cheap? It's been a few months, right? I mean, did these guys, this was a little bit in the beginning of the boom, really, you know, we're testing it out. Now we're going nuts. Things have a way of going, give it time. Because if I look at, if I look at manga in the next few years, it's going to be very big. Again, I got one card in my PC. I'm going to put down that. One card in my PC. That's it. I don't have binders. Now, you're seeing mangas go down. I mentioned it. Fortune Teller Baba. Hey, little Baba. Altar. Limited. Red mangas. $100 right now. Lowest listed. But it was selling for much more. Now, obviously, before that, it was significant. Right? Again, are you thinking about today or tomorrow? Is Fortune Teller Baba big card that a lot of people are looking for? Is it popular? Do people come on your stream, Ram, and say, I'm looking for the Baba card? I'm not saying that they do, and I'm not claiming that they will. But this is a good example to show you that mangas are going down. Maybe back to the normal price, but some mangas. Not all of them. I looked at a couple other ones. Vegeta's definitely. But if you're a hard manga, long-term kind of guy, Anthony, I want to be one of those dudes in 15 years that sells his collection for $200,000. I would look into some of these. Am I calling this one out specifically because it's lower listed compared to sales? Yes. Am I saying, Anthony, you should add that to count by? No, not necessarily. But if you really do like mangas, you got some extra liquidity, send that sucker out. Buy it. Pick them up. As I said, here's a counter argument. This is not down. I think Vegeta, yeah, someone sold a lightly played one for $225. That's too low. Like, look how strong these sales have been. 360 plus. We're at 330. Is that a dip? No. It's like $30 off of a card. And if we look at their other auction, look, they're about the same. And then they bump right back up. Do I see this as an opportunity to buy? No, I'm using this as an example, though, to show you not all mangas are dead. Not all limited alt art mangas have dipped significantly. But if you're thinking about this card as a very long term, I mean very long, Gamer's Command has one right now for 330. Maybe it's a good pickup. It depends on how you're thinking. I think in the immediate future, these are two amazing cards. Those two are going to be sold. I'm going to take that before I even upload this video. Those two are going to be gone. I think that's an immediate buy. I think this is a good buy if you're Piccolo. I think these two are good buys if you're down to grade and make sequential sets either in BGS or PSA. I think those are two good buys at least. I think this is a good buy if you're going to grade. I think it's about the price of some other top 8 cards. I think there's some really expensive top 8 cards. I think this is a tiny bit undervalued. I think it came out really strong. But you can buy this card and grade it, so it'd be pretty good. I think if you can pick up sealed manga right now and hold it, don't be like me and give it away. I think now's a good time to do it. I know I do. I think this is a good example of a card that can dip a little bit more before you jump into it and hold long term. I think this is a good example to show how far some mangas have spiraled down. And I think this is a good example of how some mangas haven't really moved a whole ton. So hopefully this gives you a nice spread on what you should be focusing on and why you should be buying. In an ideal world, absolutely. You pick up a collection, you pick a percentage on it. But even from a singles perspective, a collector's perspective, even someone that's playing the TCG, going to regionals, traveling around, going to the local card shops, doing the whole shebang, there might be a good time to buy. And that is today. Chat, I'm on vacation, but even while I'm on vacation, I want to hear from you. Tell me, what do you think about these cards? Anthony, those were the worst possible calls. Yeah, maybe. Anthony, that was the right call. Thank you. You're amazing. Yeah, you're welcome. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you drop a follow, subscribe, like, comment, share this across the interweb. If you haven't already, follow us on Instagram, whatnot, every Tuesday, 9 p.m., every Saturday, with the exception of tonight. We are live 10 p.m. Even I need a vacay sometimes. Until tomorrow, chat. Go on.